Facebook group. Hey, everybody, surprise. News AF here coming on a Sunday. How about that?
Oh, I thought you were going to say surprise, we're live.
Well, I thought you knew we were going live.
I knew we were going live, but I still think that surprise everybody we're here on a Sunday is not as flowy as surprise we're live.
Mm-hmm.
Am I wrong?
Surprise.
Let me share it out.
Go for it.
What link should I share? The YouTube link or the Facebook link?
Yeah, sure.
The YouTube link. Okay, it's going to take me a second. I got to go to YouTube, look it up.
Beep, boop,
it's a
bop,
whole
beep,
thing.
Bop, bop, bop.
Yeah, plug it in.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see. Here we go. Click on subscriptions. Live. May 16. That's us. There's already 23 people watching. Welcome, everybody.
Welcome.
It's a party.
Share. Copy link. Go to
Sunday.
my Instagram.
Yeah, people are confused. Wait, what? Sunday AF?
We're here. Sunday AF. Julie F.
Yeah. Do you want to open with some Bible passages, Danny or Tyson?
Tyson's always got several on hand that he writes on the wall and on his skin.
Yeah.
Before it's going out into the week. It's his armor. His spiritual armor.
Yes. For hitherto ye saints of yore.
Oh, wow.
That description that didn't really give me any good information.
The Bible, chapter 2, verse 13 through 14.
Okay.
I still haven't done this yet. Look at the camera, everybody. Got it. Link it up. Web link. This is a whole thing, you guys. You guys are getting the real inside.
Yeah, talk us through. What are you doing?
On how the internet works.
So what I'm doing is I'm putting it in my Instagram story. Then if you have over 10,000 followers on Instagram, you can do a swipe up linky-ma-do, which I'm doing so that people can swipe up and be drawn immediately to the YouTube. Then you got to add a little bit of music. Like we'll do some news. Let's see what we got here.
You have to add music.
Let's see.
Why are you adding music?
Listen.
I'm listening. Okay, cool. Yep.
So that's gonna be our soundtrack there, and then you add another sticker that says "Live right now."
Live
now. There we go.
It's the News AF Action Sunday News.
Live now. Also
live now. Yeah, live in the moment now, and also live now. Man, that gets confusing. And now I share it to my stories. We should get an influx of 5 to 10 new viewers. if YouTube goes down, if YouTube goes down, we know why.
All right.
So I can hit record now.
Hit it. Ready?
Nope. Now I'm ready. Docs in the chat says that he's about to have his most productive Tuesday at work this week.
Yes. Same.
Wait, what? You too, Rob?
Yeah, well, I'll spend probably time working on something instead of News AF.
Working on your quads?
Yeah.
Or doing your
or doing
everything bagel bowls.
Either packing or some sort of like office work that I have to do.
Yeah.
Okay.
That would be great.
Yeah. I like podcasting, but it's probably it just is like distracting me from the other less fun things that I have to do.
That's true. I'm going to go to Bergen's kindergarten program on Tuesday. Okay. That's why we're here. That's actually why we're here on Sunday.
Okay. All right. So here we go. Let's get this started. Hey, everybody. What's going on? Rob Sesternino back again to talk with you about the week's most interesting news stories on a special Sunday edition of News AF, May 16th, 2021, here on News AF.
If the story is buzzing like it's on crystal meth, it's about to be News AF. If the same old news makes you bored to death, it's time for some News AF. Actual, factual news.
Yeah, that's right. Here we are, working the weekend to bring you all of the latest actual factual news. And here we are with a man who every day is a weekend for pickleball's top influencer. Here he is. It's Tyson Apostle.
What's up, dudes? I don't know if any of you guys saw the breaking news this week on Instagram, but my partnership with Fila.
Oh, I saw
has
those
been
pictures.
announced.
They were very
Yeah.
lovely.
It's official.
Thank you. It's official. The best thing you can do as supporters and lovers of me is just interact with those posts, honestly. And that's would go a long way. It's a small thing for you to do, but it does mean a lot to us out there that are on social media.
For sure, I liked it. I should have done a comment though, because that's what you're talking about, huh? Comments.
Comments are great. Likes are great. Everything is.
Maybe I should
better
do a
than
live
nothing.
comments right now.
I mean, if you're seeing it, why not just click the heart button, anyways? Right?
Yeah, don't be stingy with the hearts. It doesn't cost you anything.
Yeah, it doesn't cost you anything. We give so much free content.
Yeah, but you
And-
don't want to leave a record of all the things you like. You want to have some mystery.
Some mystery, correct? Yes, but anyways, it means a lot to the people who have supported me, and that is why I am now partnered with Fila. And there may be Tyson gear in the future. Right now, no, but I am wearing this pretty cool shirt. It's a pickle playing pickleball, and that is made by Fila. So
Okay.
I'm super excited. And
Live comment posted.
nice.
Is it Pickle Rick playing
Yeah.
pickleball?
I don't
That'd be
think it's
cool.
Pickle Rick.
No.
I bet licensing.
Obviously,
This is,
yeah.
This guy is like almost even more jacked than Pickle Rick.
Wow.
I think. Yeah. A more jacked pickle than Pickle
Yeah,
Rick.
your face is covering the pickle face. I mean, sorry.
Would that
your
be a
microphone.
cucumber, Rick? More
That-
jacked pickle?
Is that your face when you are striking the pickle with your paddle?
Probably. I don't think my faces are a lot worse. I actually posted a picture and a fan took the picture of me playing pickleball and zoomed in on my face. And I was just like,
You
Your
didn't
pea
model
face.
for this pickle, did you?
Yeah.
Like that is that pickle a representation of your body as it is right now?
I think it's more of a representation of your body. I think it seems
Yeah,
a little
those legs,
too
for
vascular, the
Yeah.
legs in the quadrosaurus.
Is that pickle sweating?
I don't think so. I think that's the bumps on
Texture.
the pickle.
Pickle
Yeah.
texture.
Mm.
Yeah.
Yeah. Of course, a man who knows all about the sweatiness of pickles. Danny Bryson is here. Danny, how are you?
So good.
Danny, would you rather eat a sweaty pickle or a sweaty piece of cheese?
Oh yeah. That's gross.
Yeah,
Both
this is
are
really gross to start off the show.
You know
I
what?
just
Though
hate
pickles.
Tyson.
You eat pickles
Yeah,
because you need
But-
those electrolytes.
you do. The
Mhm.
salt. A lot of people don't know that, but you can actually buy just the pickle juice to drink.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
A lot of endurance
probably
athletes
I
crave.
honestly should probably
that
drink pickle
salt.
juice when I'm out and about.
Yeah. Because
Wow.
Danny sweats a lot. He
I sweat
sweats
so
all the
much.
good stuff and the
Yeah.
bad stuff out. Rob did just eat, and
Yeah.
when I joined on the show, he was describing to Danny a homemade everything bagel
Protein
bowl.
explosion.
Protein
Yeah.
explosion. So he takes Greek yogurt,
Mhm.
puts it in a bowl
Peanut
Yeah.
butter.
with peanut butter,
Powder.
with peanut butter powder, turns that
Okay.
into a peanut buttery glop.
Okay.
Then he adds everything bagel seasoning to the top
Yeah.
of it
And a rice
then
cake.
eats it with a rice cake.
Yeah.
Do you break up and crumble the rice cake,
Yeah, I
or
put
do
the
you
rice
slather
cake in
it?
a Ziploc bag and then
Oh,
Smash
smash
it.
it up.
And you're doing this because you love it or because it's healthy for you?
I enjoy it. I think it's good. And
Okay.
also, yeah, try to gotta get everything, all my things correct in my MyFitnessPal. So yeah, but I don't like to talk about food on podcasts because then I get a lot of like, ew, gross, you suck. Why don't you eat something normal, loser?
Yeah, I
Oh.
mean, don't write a cookbook for
Yeah.
sure, Rob.
I
but
wouldn't want
each
to eat
their own.
that. Screw you.
Wow. Aggressive
People-
food shaming.
Yeah,
Mhm.
wow.
Yeah, I talk about what I eat and then be like, ew, I wouldn't eat that. That's disgusting.
Okay. Well, I mean, it's
Mhm.
not for everybody. The
What's wrong with you?
Rob sees everything bagel bowl,
Yeah. So
but you know what? Respect.
Yeah, lately I've been trying to eat a lighter breakfast, and then I try to save more of the fun
Caloric
stuff for
intake.
later in the day. Yeah.
Okay, nice.
You got a system.
Yeah. And
Because for a long time, not that anybody cares, I was doing it backwards. I'm like, oh, I eat a big breakfast, got to fuel up
Yeah.
for the day. And then
Eggs-
I found myself more hungry at the end. I'm like, boy, I feel like I'm really depriving myself here with this small dinner or small lunch.
yeah,
I feel
eggs
like,
all
no.
day, every day used to be your motto.
No, that was Danny.
Eggs for days.
Yeah. But no, I'm trying to eat a smaller breakfast and then have bigger lunches and dinners, and I feel like that it's more willpower at the or less willpower at the end of the day. So it's nice to have a bigger meal. But enough about me. Let's just talk about the reason for the season of. So we're here on a Sunday. I thought it was because Danny was going on an adventure, but Tyson, it's because you're being a good dad.
It's because I'm being a good dad again. Yeah.
It's all he's got in the bag.
Bergen has her kindergarten program on Tuesday. So Tuesday morning, I'll be at the kindergarten program instead of here recording with you, fine fellows. And it sounds like Danny is planning trying to plan quite the adventure. It's fully dependent on his private jet pilot as to whether.
Hardly. I mean, it'd be cool if he could go. There's so many factors: weather, airplane tickets. It's trying to get everything to line up. Plus, I just got back from an adventure. I climbed the coolest sounding mountain ever. It's called Mount Sneffels. I think that mountains would be less intimidating if they had cute names like that. It's in Colorado.
Okay. Was it a 14,000?
14,150.
You get all the way to the top?
Yeah, we skied the Snake Couloir. Wasn't actually very good skiing. It was like survival skiing. You just try not to fall because you'll
doing it for the
you'll
gram.
bounce all the way down. Actually, I don't know if I posted one thing on Instagram, so I do it for the YouTube, or in the boob tube, YouTube. That's what I do it for.
We can edit this, right, Rob?
Why would you want to? Everything I just said, I'm not ashamed of. But yeah, I do it for the tube.
Yeah.
Okay. Cool.
Tubular.
So, and where can we find that?
Mediocre amateur.
Okay.
On YouTube. So yeah, it's been an interesting week. I'm glad we do this early though. This is like sometimes too much time between podcasts.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, this is our weekend edition of News AF. We'll be back next week, back in our normal Tuesday time slot. Yeah.
I'll be in Utah next week, but I should be able to still do it.
Okay. Yeah. For May 25th?
Yep.
Okay. All right. And that is the last News AF I'll be doing here from this location as I'm packing along the way for my move.
But you're only moving to the apartment upstairs.
Yes, upstairs and across the country. That's
okay.
But let's get into our top story at this hour. Of course, Tyson has long been one of the staples on the social media platform known as Twitter. And this week, Twitter has announced that Yes?
I want to share a fun story about. I was early on Twitter. Did you say that facetiously or in actuality? No. As they came out, I was on Survivor Token Chains, 2009, probably.
I think I've got you beat.
Yeah. Why would I be facetious about that?
Well, I just didn't know if you knew actually that I was pretty early on Twitter.
I mean, I remember.
I got on there, and nobody else from Survivor Token Chains hadn't aired yet. It was going to air. And I remember thinking I should get every single cast member's handle on Twitter and then sell it to them. And that was going to be my plan. Can you imagine if I would have just tried to get...
What happened?
I thought that it might be a little too dirty.
Isn't that what Survivor's all about? Strategy?
I know.
Doesn't matter how dirty. You're lying, cheating.
Too late now. But
hiding idols in your pants.
You get it. Yeah, you do. Yeah. And I wish I would have now in hindsight, but it seemed like a lot of work because I think I would have had to open a new email
Big problem
address.
with this plan. Survivors have no money, Tyson. Only 1 out of every 18 or 20 have any money.
It's true.
That's the beauty. Tons of little crimes, but
I mean,
undetected.
Even $100 is something, right?
Especially to young Tyson.
Yeah,
$100 to young Tyson is like
2 months.
Yeah,
That
that's
would've
so much
lasted
money.
me
It's
2
a
months.
pair of pants. A
Yeah.
fancy pair of pants.
A
Yeah.
half pair of pants, or
Well-
I could have gone to dinner 3 times.
Also, $100 in 2009 is worth a lot more than $100 in 2021.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
back
true.
then it was
$7,200.
ransom.
Yeah,
Yep.
think about it. So, anyway, Twitter has announced that they are going to be launching a new service called Twitter Blue, which is going to be more of a pro version of Twitter, which will cost $2.99 a month, where Twitter users can unlock features such as undo and bookmarks. Now, this was something that we were talking about before we came on of what is the difference between undo a tweet and delete a tweet. It does not seem as though undo is edit a tweet.
Yeah. If it were edit, like you can edit a Facebook post or an Instagram post after you post it, you can get on and change the wording or misspellings or whatever. Or you can do tricky stuff where you're like, name your least favorite survivor, and then everybody's like, you, and then you go in and edit it to say, name your favorite survivor, and all the answers are you. Like you can do funny stuff like that.
So
but if you could edit the tweet, I would pay $2.99 a month to be able to edit my tweets. But I'm not going to pay $2.99 to push the undo button instead of the delete button because they're the same.
So the undo tweet feature appears to be a like 5 to 30 second queue in which you can send a tweet and then have like a little bit of a countdown clock.
That's
be like,
stupid.
oh, no, I
are you
shouldn't.
sure you want to send this?
Yeah,
like
nah.
29,
Don't love
28,
that.
27, 26.
Actually, I don't mind that, but I wouldn't pay for that feature.
That would add a lot of
Mhm.
pressure. That would add a lot of needed pressure for people to really review. Like a countdown, like this will be frozen in Twitter space for eternity. And it's going to happen in 15, 14.
Well, there's a few
Oh, okay,
times
never
where
mind.
you do hit tweet, and then you're like, oh, I put your instead of your, and then you get harassed
Mhm.
for it if you don't.
Yeah.
So then you delete it real quick and redo it. So there are those moments, but I wouldn't.
I thought
pay
that was
for-
endearing. I thought misspelling and poor
It
grammar
is. It makes
was
you
an
seem like
endearing
you're one
feature
of them.
Twitter.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. So that's the undo feature. There's also the bookmark feature where you can then save a bunch of tweets that you like and organize them into collections to find at a later date. Danny, have you ever wanted to go back to some tweets that you really liked?
Now I think this is more for bookmarking tweets you don't like, and you're going to come like a hammer down on the person. You're like, I just don't have time right now to insult them. Let me just bookmark these. I'll get back to them when I have a little bit of
Mhm.
time, so I can really work on my.
Yeah, you're like
insults.
making a file about somebody. About
Yeah, you're like, oh yeah,
basically
this
like-
guy's going to get
like,
it. I just need
yeah.
to come up with something
Yeah,
clever.
like all right,
That's
I'm gonna
true.
get, like this person is about to get canceled. I'm just like getting the receipts together.
I always screenshot. I do screenshots. So
Mm-hmm.
bookmarking doesn't work because they'll delete the tweets and then they're no longer there. You have to screenshot anyway.
Yeah,
And then you can have
okay.
that countdown, and which is like, oh my god, it's just going to go out. It's going to go out. Oh, it just got sent. Yes, I just crushed that person with that insult.
Yeah,
This is really great. $2.99. Actually, I don't really see a lot of people using this, to be honest.
yeah.
I think
they're
if you're
also
verified, they should just give you that for free. If
Yeah.
it's ad free, that might be something.
well, that's the other thing that being advertisement free is also a possibility that they're looking at as part of Twitter Blue, but not yet at this time.
Not yet at this time, which means
That'll be
Yeah.
a
Which
$10
means that-
upgrade.
yeah, they're gonna sell you on the blue with the not promise that eventually they'll get rid of ads, only to not get rid of ads
Yeah.
ever.
That's like Apple. They got a feature they could put in the phone, but like, well, what will we do with the next version to justify a $1,200 phone? Let's
Yeah.
just hold this one back.
Yeah.
It's
That's
just-
why I bought Apple Care for 2 years, because I'm gonna hold this phone for 2 years.
Tyson, another thing that Twitter is rolling out is a tip jar feature on Twitter. That are you upset that do you feel like that when you were a prolific Twitterer, more so than today, you used to spend a lot more time writing and composing tweets. Would you feel like that you missed the boat on getting some cash sent your way for a particularly quippy tweet?
No, I mean I can still light it up if I need to. But I like the idea of the tip jar there. I don't think that it's mandatory that like you put it on Twitter with it being common knowledge that people will share it and read it for free, and that's just part of the deal. But it is always, it's nice to see those things come through. Like somebody really appreciative is just like, hey, this thing, brightened my day. Here you go. Like that's a give relationship right there.
How do you think that the Twitter tip jar is going to work, Danny? Do you think it's going to end up being more like GoFundMe's? Do you think it will be more like OnlyFans?
I think it'll be like what happens occasionally on this show.
Yeah, that's what I think. I think there'll be a little money sign underneath the tweet, and you can just click it and be like, what dollar amount would you like to send to this person? And just be like
69 cents.
Yeah, 69 cents all day, every day.
Yeah.
Yeah. When I put my Venmo out into the world, 2 people hit me up for one was for $69 and one was for $420. Both hilarious amounts.
Okay. Well, as Twitter Blue is working on their rollout, let's talk about another places where a woman thought she was about to cash in big time on winning the lottery. Unfortunately, the winning lottery ticket got put into the dreaded washing machine. Tyson, are you still playing any lotto?
I do play lotto. You can still recover this.
Yeah.
If you have they give you a receipt a lot of times. And if you paid with your debit card, they do have the time and date and location of purchase, which if you're purchasing a ticket will be there. And then they match that up with the cameras and stuff. So if she truly had the winning lotto, they will figure it out a lot of times.
Here's the problem with this ticket thing.
I always take pictures of the tickets.
Says she lost, claims she ran, says this is just her word. Oh, dude, I had the winning ticket too. You know what I mean? What evidence does she have? And
that's what I'm saying. Why is this being
picked up as news?
That's why you go and you say, okay, here's where I bought it. Here's the time. Here's my debit card. If you're paying with cash, that makes it a little bit harder.
$26 million ticket. That's how much the lottery was for this supposed ticket that she washed.
Yeah,
that's a lot of pickles right there.
A lot of pickles. So there is video surveillance footage of the woman buying the ticket, but lottery officials are saying that's not enough. Now, here is the rub. Before you feel so terrible for the woman who missed out on the $26 million prize, if she cannot find the ticket or the claim cannot be verified, $19.7 million will go to California public schools.
Yeah.
Oh, that's nice.
So which side are we on?
Regressive
well,
tax.
that's how the lottery always works in every state. If winnings aren't collected in the allotted amount of time, which I think is 6 months, it goes to the public schools of that state, almost everywhere.
So it says here, Tyson, kind of what you were talking about before, that an individual needs compelling, substantial proof they were in possession of the ticket. Now, I always kind of thought that the gas station knew they sold the winning ticket because they always say winning ticket sold here.
They do.
They
do.
So
they do.
Where's the problem? They know
but if she's paying with cash, they don't know the exact time because on those machines, you can know the exact time certain numbers come out of the machine. So if you match that up with your debit card statement, say, here's the purchase, this was the time, this was the time there. But if you're paying with cash, then there's not necessarily a timestamp matching your purchase. But I guess with the security video there, then they should be able to see what time those numbers came out of the machine and match it up as long as there aren't 15 people in a row that are all buying lotto tickets at the same time.
And it says surveillance footage isn't considered reliable proof.
That's pretty sad.
That does seem stupid.
But then how does she... So is she just assuming... Is she just assuming she has the right numbers? Or did she might choose
play
the numbers?
Same numbers all the time.
Yeah, that could be it. And they know at the gas station that it was sold there. I'm just saying that if we can't use surveillance footage here in this situation, why can't it be used in the committing of a crime?
Well... hold on a second, because committing a crime is different. This would be like if maybe somebody was accused of committing a cyber crime, and in the video footage, you see them go to a computer, but you don't know necessarily what they did at the computer. You saw the woman purchase a lotto ticket, but you don't know necessarily if like the footage didn't like zoom in on the numbers.
But Tyson's saying that they know what time the winning ticket was sold, and you can just match that with the timestamp. Very reliable, according to movies I've seen on the video footage.
Look, these are the rules. You win the lottery, you have to have the lottery ticket.
Do you want me to go grab the lotto ticket on my kitchen counter and tell you all the information that's on it, and then you should be able to match it up. And unless they have 10 people in the line, they're all purchasing lotto tickets. If there's a slew of lotto tickets being bought around those couple of minutes on the security footage, okay, then you have to investigate all of those people, see what their lotto tickets say, and do that. And maybe they're not willing to go through those links to make sure if this woman's the winner. But it's an interesting case. I think they do have enough evidence to decide whether or not it's her. Mm-hmm. But it fully depends on how many people bought tickets within that small time frame.
Don't know if they know the time of the lottery tickets sold. So lottery officials are encouraging players to double check any tickets purchased that day at the winning location to see if they have the one that matches all 6 numbers.
You know what's going to be the most obnoxious part of the story is living around this one for the rest of her life and hearing this story retold every other day about how she almost won $26 million.
Maybe it will motivate her to get her bag, and she gets it all together, goes on Shark Tank, makes $1 trillion idea, destroys both Microsoft and Apple.
Waterproof lotto ticket holder?
Lottery pant slot.
Yeah. I actually had an idea yesterday where it's a phone case, but it's made out of those blue freezer block things that keep things cold, and then your phone doesn't overheat when you're filming in the hot sun.
I think that's an Arizona problem.
You throw the phone case in the freezer, and then you pull it out, snap it onto your phone. It keeps the phone cool while you're live streaming stuff from your phone. Danny,
what do you call it?
Yeah,
phone freeze.
No, something better than that. I don't know. I mean, we'll come up with it, but it's definitely an idea that would work, I think.
Yeah.
Gamers would use it too.
Mm-hmm.
Because gamers' phones overheat. Gamers' phones overheat.
Phones.
Yes.
I don't know. They're
gamers.
Sitting in air-conditioned environments.
If you're that doesn't matter on a game. If you're gaming.
Yeah.
No, I've never played a game on a phone, but I do record a lot of video. I think that it's an Arizona problem.
It's live streaming.
Eggs on your dashboard and overheat your phone in Arizona.
Live stream in the sun. That's what will do it. If I stay in the shade with a live stream, it's fine here. If I put my phone on ice first.
Put your phone on ice.
Would you put your phone in the freezer before you do it?
No, I have a freezer. On my new Fila pickleball bag, there's a pouch, a lined pouch that's insulated for drinks. And so I put a freezer block in there before I leave and put my phones. I'm a 2-phone guy because I can.
What are you, a drug dealer?
I can live stream and do social media at the same time. One phone I'm doing social media on while the other one's live streaming. Come on, dude.
I don't know. 2 phones. I mean, you got one burner for the other family.
You're a YouTube channel. You're a YouTube channel owner.
That's only on
you
TV,
should.
Danny. Come on.
Also, guys, I need like 10 more subscribers on my YouTube channel till I can live stream there.
Yeah.
Why can't we get me to 1,000 subscribers?
10 more? Can't you just buy 10 more bots?
I could.
That's nothing.
I think I can say this. My nephew wanted me to hype his YouTube channel a while ago where him and his friends were like doing flips. And I was like, I can't. So what I told him I would. So then I got on and I spent like $50 to get him like a couple hundred subscribers. And he was stoked.
Yeah, I think that's great. You know what, Tyson? That's an awesome idea.
Yeah, he was so stoked.
I mean, until he gets banned, but for now, he's running
until he gets banned, or till he listens to this podcast, or till he realizes that all of them are bots created by the giant matrix we're in.
All right. Well, with $26 million, you certainly could buy a lot of things, including freezer phone cases and waterproof lotto pouches. But you may not be able to buy as many Legos as you once thought. They are a hot commodity right now. The price of Legos are going up, leading to Lego larceny. Danny, are you concerned about anybody stealing your kids' Legos?
Guys, want to give me 5 minutes while I put all the Lego sets in the safe?
In the safe. Dude, I have a friend that always, he's a toy collector. He buys every time a new Lego set comes out, especially like a Star Wars themed one or some movie themed one, he'll buy 2 sets, one to put together and the other one to keep in the packaging.
Says here that the Lego Cafe Corner cost $150 in 2007, and now it's selling for $3,000. So take your money out of gold, silver, whatever else you got, and dump it into the Lego world.
Forget the blockchain. Get on the Lego blocks.
The Millennium Falcon.
Sure.
Yeah.
That one seems to be a big one.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So to the point where in Europe, people have been stealing boxes of Legos from toy stores. There are 3 suspects that are from Poland, which were part of a team specializing in stealing the Legos most sought after by collectors. So
they're the crew you went to if you had a nice Lego target you needed them to hit.
Wow. So they're like the Ocean's 11 of Legos.
Of Lego robberies.
Yeah, all driving around in their Cooper Minis.
Oh, for sure, these guys drove Cooper Minis. Thick soled shoes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Legos have gotten so hot. Do you have any primo Lego sets?
I don't.
My kid's building a Yoda right now.
Yeah.
He was working on it yesterday. I have tons of Legos. Well, I shouldn't say this. I'm making myself a target, right?
Yeah.
I'm probably sitting on
What's
a
your
gold
address?
mine. I'm sitting on a gold mine of Legos.
Yeah.
I mean, if
They're
people
so
want like
expensive.
Barbie Beach Lego,
They were a gold mine, but now they are not after you've opened them and played with them. They're still worth something, but they're definitely worth more.
our kids get so many Lego sets, like small ones.
They're all mixed together.
We set some aside. We don't open them or give them to them as like a Christmas gift, and then re-gift for a birthday.
Nice.
It's awesome.
Yeah. It's infuriating that my kids have gotten like Lego sets that they already have. And then I said, oh, great. Nicole, this is perfect. This is the next kid's birthday gift.
Genius.
But
that's what we do.
My kids like, oh no, we lost the pieces. So we'd actually like to open that and build it again. And my wife says, yeah, here you go. Here you go, kids. Open it again.
Nope.
She's
They don't
setting
even
money
learn
on
their
fire.
lesson not to lose the pieces.
Travis in the chat says his financial portfolio will be Legos, lottery tickets, and gasoline in trash bags.
Smart.
Oh, did you read that story about the woman whose car caught on fire? She
Yeah.
filled it with her Hummer. Of course, it's a Hummer.
Yep.
She had filled it with gas.
And it
Dude,
exploded.
some nice panic buying. And then the next one, you see this video of it burning.
Or
Yeah,
the
that's what I
picture of the picture of the Tesla with the rack on the back filled with
Yeah, I
gas
saw
cans. That was good too.
Let's get into some science news. And,
I love science.
Scientists have been doing some interesting research about animals and oxygen ingestion, as so many people have lung issues, not to mention everything that we've been through with coronavirus and its impact on lungs. So scientists have started doing some experiments on animals, specifically pigs and mice. And yes,
Their buttholes are very similar to our own.
yeah.
Yeah.
And so what they've been doing is they have been feeding oxygen to these animals via the anal opening to supply oxygen directly to the intestines. And
It's kind of crazy.
yeah.
No, keep going. I'm just like,
It's not crazy. I'll tell you why it's not crazy.
Yes.
because you do suppositories all the time. You're used to absorbing things through your butt.
the butt absorbs things better than most things orally. So professional cyclists would a lot of times put a caffeinated suppository up their bum to get that
That'd be
hit
great
quicker.
if you could just
But
Yes.
in Survivor,
Yes.
if you are out somewhere where you cannot find clean water, you can put dirty water if you have the right tools up your anus, and will absorb the water so you can stay hydrated.
Yeah.
And I think it's less dangerous than drinking dirty water is putting dirty water up your bum.
Yeah. Why do you say in Survivor as if this would be like a practical thing somebody would do on Survivor?
I read it in a Survivor book preparing for Survivor one time and was
you
like,
knew of a friend who did this.
Like,
so, I mean, you still need like a pipe, a way to funnel it. There's like so many things you would need to even make it
if you don't
happen.
have water, all you get a funnel and
You get a funnel. If you
25
don't have access to
30
clean-
meters of clear vinyl tubing.
And a solar-powered pump system, preferably.
Like, Tyson, what luxury item did you bring? Oh, I brought this pump and these tubes.
Funnel.
And a funnel. Oh, what's that for? I'm going to use the body as a filter for dirty water.
Well,
I'll
we
share
talked
this with
about
anybody who's interested.
way back when, how it was like a stunt that college kids were drinking alcohol rectally.
Yeah, and that absorbs
Yeah.
quicker too. Yeah, so all of that absorbs quicker. So why wouldn't oxygen also absorb?
You know, this is going to really shake up. This is going to shake up the scuba diving world.
As they're making these oxygen capsules. So you put 10 of them up there and they all dissolve through at different
Or you just
rates.
pipe it through that channel. Now your face is all free and clear. You don't have the bubbles obstructing
better
your
for
view.
pictures.
Yeah, the
This
pictures
is
are a lot better. You don't,
Yeah.
you know, that would be crazy to be able to breathe through your butt and not have your mouth open, but be okay. It's like you're holding your breath indefinitely.
So you think that we need to get on the real Shark Tank or Sloth Terrarium with our anus breathing apparatus?
We need to get this to market. We need to be first to market. People are going to love it. It's going to be like it's not going to be it's going to diaper shape. That's what we'll have, right? So it's just this diaper like thing with all of these tubes
with
and
like
then
a
you plug the
plunger
oxygen into it. Yeah. Oh, dude, this would be awesome. That would be so mind blowing. I think I would actually be willing to do that if I could be underwater, but not having to use my mouth, but still receiving oxygen. How do you get the byproduct out though? The carbon monoxide, dioxide, whatever, the CO2. How do you get that
out
out?
your nose?
So all you're
Still
doing is
goes-
like it's going in your butt, and you're just constantly a slow leak out your nose and mouth. So you can still blow the little rings and stuff.
Yeah,
this is
there's
awesome.
a lot of
Yeah. So the scientists are feeling like that this is a very promising discovery because a ventilator is a very expensive piece of machinery, and there are a lot of complications. You need to have somebody under anesthesia, that you have to like a lot of problems, very difficult to intubate somebody, whereas this is not any more complicated than giving someone an enema.
Now, this is what it says. This is just a simple enema. By the way, I don't think enemas are all that simple. Never had one, but from the idea of just squirting stuff up into your butt and then having it come out in a torrent, that doesn't seem simple. I mean, well, how can you be so flippant with that remark? Like, oh man, it's no ventilator, but putting things up there, dude, we're doing that every day.
Yeah. That probably the person who is administering this device is the person saying, it's nothing. It's no big deal. And that's not from the person receiving the device.
Isn't it a known fact, too, that sea turtles can also breathe through their butts a little bit somehow?
Yeah. I am not sure about that.
I'm not either, but I feel like I heard that somewhere, and somebody can Google that and tell me I'm wrong if they want to.
The article closes out with this quote. It says, "This is a provocative idea. Those first encountering it will express astonishment." And they are correct.
That's where we are right now. We're in the first step of this.
What's step 2?
Yeah.
Step 2 is just embracing it. Next time you go scuba diving, you'll be like, wait, where's the respirator? They're like, sorry, we're completely changed to a full anal outfit here.
So they only had one step there, and that was astonishment. They haven't even fully suss this out.
People will
as
be
to what
astonished when this starts showing up in like airplanes. Like instead of the thing mass dropping down,
something just
pops
like
up the seat.
jams through your
Yeah.
pants.
Yeah.
So there's going to be a lot of astonishment when this new technique of breathing out your butt gets, accepted everywhere. And then next thing you know, it's like all this
Dude.
stuff is going in your butt. And you're
There's
like,
going to be stuff
I'm
like
astonished.
Oxygen doping, where like cyclists will have a tube running up through their saddle.
Seat. Yeah.
Yeah, and then you'll NFL and NBA on the sidelines. You'll be there, and all the dudes will be on like massage tables face down with apparatuses connected to them to
See. Look,
for
we've gone
recovery.
we've gone beyond the astonishment phase. We're looking at phase 2, implementation. Like we're thinking, we're brainstorming. Where can we see this showing up in the next 10 years? But breathing.
The next space movie we see is going to be people exiting the ship to fix the ship from the outside with nothing.
And the
but a
hose
pipe.
goes into the rear. The tailpipe.
Exactly.
So we all need to get comfortable with the idea of butt breathing because that's the future.
It is the future. I mean, we thought it was flying cars. It's not. It's breathing out our butts.
So could you imagine if you got to see into the future before you knew this article and you looked into the future 15 years, you'd be like, why is there a tube in every seat? And you would it would be so confusing to you. This is out of left field. This whole idea of I the first article I read didn't call it this. It called it intestinal breathing.
Yeah,
I like how they've just gone right to the crassest way to describe it.
It's
hey, look, I gotta get headlines, Danny.
Yeah, and then it's got a ergonomic shaped plunger that you actually sit on and it suctions to you. And then
I'm thinking it doesn't have to be a tube. It could be like a face mask, just more for the crotchal.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah, it's like a face mask. Yeah,
yeah. I think that's just as likely.
The only problem is that all of us are going to have giant hickeys, like the size of like bologna patties on our bums.
If you require oxygen, I don't think many of us are getting oxygen.
More oxygen than we're getting currently.
Sure.
Which would probably do all of us well, don't you think?
Yeah, well, a little extra oxygen never hurt.
Well, Tyson, you ever go to like one of those like I'm not sure if they even still have them.
The
like,
oxygen bars.
Oxygen bars.
Yeah, I never felt anything from that. Anybody who says they got some type of high off of that is a liar.
Or maybe they lived in like the Himalayas.
That's true.
They're oxygen
or Denver.
Yeah.
Danny, did we ever talk about the man in New Zealand who was painting phalluses on his town's potholes?
No, but what a great article to follow up that other
Yeah. So
this is one way to get attention to a problem.
Yeah. Too many potholes. So a vigilante named Jeff Upson in New Zealand has gotten out his neon green spray paint and felt like, oh, you're not paying attention to the potholes? How about I spray phalluses over them? That'll get somebody's attention.
Is he in trouble for this? Because I feel like if you're like, hey, everybody, my name's, what's his name again?
Jeff.
Hey, guys, I'm Jeff, and I'm just going to be spray painting phalluses all over the roads. It's probably not a crime, so just go about your way. It'll help you see those potholes better.
His link
is in trouble.
His link is Jeff Upson, road safety campaigner on Facebook. By the way, this one that we have the picture of, that's been fixed. If he thinks that's a pothole, he really needs to come out to a place like Utah because that is not a pothole.
That's a fixed pothole.
That is a fixed pothole, but it has a wang on it with a weird line down the middle, which really makes you wonder what his wang looks like. By the way, you're really taking a risk when you draw a picture of a wang because you might be a little biased to your own and you might be giving up a little bit more information than you think just by assuming everybody else has the crooked wang you do or the one with the line down the middle. Yeah,
it does appear as though the right circle is substantially 15 to 20% larger than the left circle.
He's got an engorged testicle on the right. I mean, he's
and
really
is this like trademark look? So all of his have this.
You draw what you know.
We only see one.
You draw what you know, and then when he looks down, we could assume that this is the aerial view he has of his own area.
Yeah, I mean, it is true if you're not putting in the effort to study more of these articles, then all you really do know is what you have, and you assume that that's normal, and it could very well not be normal at all.
Yeah, and you know how people are always recognizing the person has a problem, like, oh, that newscaster has an enlarged lymph node or whatever. Go get that checked out. This might be another opportunity to be like, this guy should probably go get that right testicle checked out.
Yeah, I definitely have a complex now because I don't know if I'm correct anywhere.
Draw a picture, and then we'll see if we have any doctors watching.
Okay.
Yeah. So
that's a good idea.
Yeah, Mr. Upson is now in a little bit of trouble. Now, his point of view is that he is remaining optimistic that they'll fix the road, and they'll accept the only reason I've drawn on the road was because the road was unsafe to start with. They don't see it that way. They are now going to be filing some legal action against Jeff
Legal
Upson.
action.
Yes.
I think that we all saw this coming.
Did we? He didn't. He's like, this will get it fixed.
Spray painting public property.
Yeah, it's never a good idea. Oh, that one's a legit pothole. He's got his foot in it to give it some size and scale. That's nice.
Yes. Do you feel like that perhaps that if he just took his neon green paint and just spray painted the pothole neon green, and didn't make them into phalluses, that would he be prosecuted to the point where they are coming after him? Would he not be seen as more of a heroic figure of, hey, I want to make sure drivers see them. I don't want people driving over them. I want to call attention to something. Like I think that he would be viewed more favorably.
Yeah, that's
the thing is, you start spray painting, and you're like, you get bored with circles. Like, well, what could I do next? And then your inner 13-year-old is like, dude,
2 circles and an oval.
Wieners.
Yeah.
So simple, such a simple design. Everybody instantly recognizes it. Probably one of the most recognizable images out there. Draws the eye right to it. So I can see myself doing that.
Can you tell what it is from the driver's seat of a vehicle, though?
It could also lead people to want to steer into it.
Yeah, or look at it.
Yeah,
do some
distracted driving.
Some slow rolls past.
Yeah.
Drive, look the other way. Do you think, Danny, that perhaps that even if his town had no potholes, like he had an itch?
I think he did.
Spray paint phalluses, and this was a convenient.
He was looking for an excuse.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true.
And he dresses it up as a public service, which is a pretty good way to go. Yeah, it's like, oh, well,
he even created a website about it.
Yeah, he was real aggressive, but now the law's coming down hard. He's probably going to go to jail and see more wangs than he wanted.
The good news about going to jail in New Zealand is that they just leave the doors open and it's on your honor. I think.
All right. We're going to get to Danny's bolt hole. Let me just, we reached out to our Group AF group, where we get submissions for so many different stories that we cover each week on the podcast. And we always appreciate those from our listeners. But I started a question thread today to see if people had any questions for us here. I thought that this was a little bit of a special day that we're doing the podcast. So maybe check in with the listeners. And this is a question that comes from Laura Catherine Dalton, who says, I'd like to ask Danny his thoughts on having to take his kids to another kid's birthday party when he isn't already friends with the other child's parents. It's a very specific question for Danny.
I don't go. I would never go.
No matter what, even if Liz couldn't.
Yeah, I wouldn't go. I would keep the information from my kid.
I'm different. I would go because I know it's going to tire my kid out, and I know it's time where
it's going to tire you out. All that
no, because I can sit there and be on my phone.
A 5-hour gym session.
For me, I look at it as more of like a.
So you're Bergen's dad. I mean, that's how the conversation starts.
No, I mean, but like there was when we were going to go to a week ago, we missed it, but it was at a trampoline gym. And so the kids are all just running around and I can just sit outside because the trampoline gym's open to all still. It's not like they reserve the whole thing. So as long as you're not mingling in the party room specifically, nobody knows who you are related to. So those are fine. And I also, for me, I think it's important.
Do you just play with your kids, Tyson, or are you talking to the other parents?
I mean, I'm cordial and friendly, sure. but I don't feel like I need to be the center of attention, even though I usually am.
Right.
But I can see Danny not wanting to. Danny is notorious for
I don't even like parties for myself.
Yeah, he tries his hardest not to create any new relationships that could
can't
just
let me tell you a story. Just the other day, I went to my son's baseball game. He's 8, and I sat down in the bleachers, in the back corner. And at some point, about halfway through the game, my boy came up to me and talked to me, and then he walked away. And the woman next to me goes, "I was wondering what your connection was to this. So you're Ollie's dad. Your wife actually told us," meaning all the women there on the bleachers, "that we would probably never see you here." And I'm like, first of all, yes, I don't want to be here. I go, well, yeah, that would normally be true. I said, but the alternative was to be at home with a bunch of my kids and their friends. So
that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying.
Was slightly better. But what I'm saying is I don't like kids and friends and chaos and all of that stuff, plus strangers talking to me. And so that's why I went to the baseball game, because I could be isolated. And if my son had never come up and talked to me, no one would have said a word.
Yeah, but you can do that at a house, at someone's house. It's different. You then have to socialize, but
that's what I'm imagining is a house. I'm in someone's house. Do I take my shoes off, put my shoes on? Do I accept their offer for food? I don't want to eat it. Don't want to offend them. Do I want to drink something here? Don't give me a glass from your washing machine. Your kid probably put his fingers in it. I'll take a paper cup.
You don't want a glass out of the dishwasher?
No, I mean like a glass. Like give me a paper cut that I saw removed from a plastic thing.
Wow.
And then, make sure the soda's cold. I don't want ice. I don't want watered down soda that you kept warm. So many things that I just like, Liz, you go or nobody goes.
Yeah. See,
so there you go.
Going to somebody's house is probably a little bit different. I've never even been in that situation because most people now rent places for kids' parties if they're going to invite strangers over. So, but yeah, I mean, I'll keep you updated because I have not had to show up at a stranger's house for a party, but I have gone to trampoline center for a stranger's party.
Yeah. I got a few different questions about that. Are the guys mad that I didn't move to Arizona or Utah? Dan Sinensky wants to know that. Then also Lance says, why doesn't Rob move to Arizona?
Tyson's been texting me every day. He's like, dude, what did I do? Why won't Rob move here?
Rob knows how great it is here. I've told him a bunch of times.
Does he not like
I've
me?
got all the ice packs from my phone.
Yeah, there isn't a number 2 pickleball influencer currently. It's still Tyson and then nobody else. Yeah. So like there's definitely opportunity. But no, I'm happy for Rob. Rob is East Coast folk anyways, right?
We are from the East Coast originally, as like a wildfire rages a couple miles from the house today.
Yeah, wildfire season.
Yep. Which is very unusual to have wildfires in May.
Yeah, this early, that's a good sign for probably the rest of the year, huh?
Well, also that it was they believe it was an act of arson. So now, like not only are things bad, but people like these lunatics want to set the forest on fire.
Wow. Yeah, that's just people ruining it for everybody else.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Especially Danny, who's out there adventuring, and he's not a suspect. I'm not saying that he is. He's out there enjoying the mountains. And somebody else is ruining it for him.
Setting them on fire, ruining the view.
Ryan Hudson wants to know if Danny records News AF on the weekend, is he Danny Sunday now?
Oh, I like that. I think we have referred to me as Danny Sunday, Danny Monday, Danny Tuesday. No Danny Wednesday through Saturday, though.
I think it's usually been Danny Monday, right?
That's good. I like any of those. I like Danny Sunday. That does sound like someone who would, keep the law in a Western town.
Danny Sunday.
Yeah, watch out for Danny Sunday. He doesn't put up with any shenanigans.
Yeah, Danny Sunday only takes 2 hours off a week. and that's to worship the Lord.
And speaking of that, Sam wants to know, does podcasting on a Sunday go against the word of wisdom?
Everything in moderation is kind of the rule. So
moderate.
This is very moderate.
Yeah.
It's totally fine.
Okay.
And it'd be the law. It was like, the Sabbath, keeping the Sabbath day holy. That's what they say.
Yeah.
Okay.
So this is very holy. This is
All
But
right.
I'm drinking coffee, which is against the word of wisdom.
Speaking of holy, let's get a little bolt holy
Yes.
with Danny. Ready? Open bolt hole.
Welcome to my bolt hole. I think you're gonna like it. I think you're gonna feel you belong.
Yes.
I really feel like I can breathe in the bolt hole. It's where
Man. Yeah, you can
Deep
you
breath
can
there.
absorb oxygen in the bolt hole. Rob, are you drinking fancy water? Is that what I saw you put to your mouth?
Yes, Tyson, you're so interested in so I have
Gerolsteiner, huh?
yeah, so I buy these at Trader Joe's, the sparkling water,
Oh,
but
you're
then
a sparkling guy.
I drink it and then I just drink out of this bottle like just regular water like that I just fill up over and over and over again for
And
about
the way
4
I saw
days.
you chug that's regular water. That is not sparkling water.
Yeah,
that
you
chugged.
couldn't do that. You couldn't do
Yeah,
that.
that'd get you. Okay, well, Gerolsteiner is fancy water.
Yeah, but the day that I get to actually drink the seltzer, I probably drink like 2 seltzers a week, and then I just walk around with the bottle for the
Is
rest of the
Gerolsteiner your favorite
Cool.
seltzer?
Yeah, that's my favorite out of those. I mean, I drink a lot of flavored seltzer
Seltzers
also, but I
like
feel like
Perrier. Who makes the best flavored seltzer?
I drink bubbly, like cherry bubbly is my favorite.
Okay.
Tyson, if you want to learn more, follow Rob on his blog. What is Rob eating and drinking currently? And he'll keep you on all the updates of his favorite seltzers
Cool.
and yogurt mixes.
Yeah, I'm interested. I will subscribe to your newsletter. And now, Danny's bolt hole.
I came across a study that would be very helpful for a situation we just talked about. Your child's parties, meeting up with strangers.
Yeah.
A team of scientists found that by activating the neural implants they embedded in a mice's skull, so we can assume this will immediately transfer this technology to our brains.
Yes.
Mice, humans, very similar. The mice would immediately start to engage each other and become friends. And when they turn the implants off, the socializing stop. And I thought, how many of us would be willing to have this chip? It might be nice. You take out your phone, Bluetooth connect to your brain implant, like put it on. Like you can choose between 1 to 5, how friendly you want to be. And you go into a trampoline party, you're going to be with strangers, set it to 3. And then like what happens? It would be interesting if you could talk to the mice afterward. Like, what did you feel? What was the sensation? Did you lose control of yourself? Or was it like all of a sudden you were kind of like drunk and chatty?
Yeah.
Like, what is the vibe you get? But I just saw this. I thought it'd be very helpful. I don't know if I'd be willing to do it, but it would be something. Maybe.
Yeah. I think that this is very similar to something that they have that's called alcohol.
Yeah, I thought about that. But what we're saying with this is that we're hoping that you're not getting angry drunks. Like you're not getting the guys who they turn this on with their phone and all of a sudden they're fighting everyone, or crashing a car or any of that stuff. This is just like, hey, you go into a social setting, you take the little slider, go up to the, super friendly or way cool party guy all the way at the top. Yeah. And you like set it there, maybe put a timer like 2 hours. And
so
then
this is similar to something that they have called marijuana then.
Yeah. I don't like this for one reason, because now am I not going to be the number one party guy everywhere I go?
You
Like, am I going to have competition? I have this already pretty much. Think
about how many introverts are hiding a party guy deep down inside.
Dude, it will be crazy to see. And then also when whoever is in charge of these takes these over, and then
everybody's being friends. That's all they ever wanted.
Too big of friends, yeah.
It's like the kid that had no friends is coming up with this, doing all the research, sells it through Facebook. Everybody's put it in their head, and he just did it because he wanted more friends. And now the whole
politicians should have to have this. If you want to become a politician, you have to put it in there.
Well, they already have it. You're not going to be able to glad hand if you're not that kind of person who can do small talk and be friendly and pretend.
Here's the problem, I think with this, so you go to the party, you get this turned on, you wake up in the morning, and it's like you're in a haze, and you look at your calendar like, wait, I've
I have
agreed to go to
brunch.
this,
Yeah.
this, a brunch in an hour.
No,
I'm gonna meet
Rob,
this person
It
tomorrow.
comes with a phone, another phone app that locks out all your scheduling, all your ability to put in contacts. So yeah, there's a counter one that is like your introverted self.
No, I
that
got to be like
protects you.
Tyson and carry a burner phone to put like all of like my. Oh, let me put it in my calendar.
It's
and
not a
then put it-
burner phone, guys. It's a social media phone while I'm live streaming
Yeah.
from my other phone.
Now, isn't it true? It is a burner phone, and that's what they call a phone baked in the Arizona sun. And when you pick it up, like you get a phone
live stream
Apple
phone,
mark
yeah.
on your hand.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Kennedy is curious if it opens your brain capacity while you're in the moment. So, like, are you having like deep, super intelligent conversations about stuff you'd absorbed over all your lifetimes of watching television, or is it more superficial and just like, how do you do? Oh,
I
how
think
do
it's
you do?
superficial.
Okay.
That's kind of how I picture it. Was just imagine. Small talk is so stupid, and the reason it's stupid is that we cover, like you said, superficial information that most people don't even want to talk about. What do you do for work? You know,
I
where are you
love your
from?
hat. Can I just say that is a great hat?
Like, let's just say that it has you jump
Yeah.
right into like Tyson's thinking deeper conversations, like, so how's your marriage?
No, not like how's your marriage? Just like, hey, no, more like this. So, hey, did you see that new study about breathing through your butts? I think it's kind of interesting. What are your thoughts? And then you get into it, and then some guy's like, I'm actually a doctor of butts.
I don't think you want to
doctor.
open up with butt
Proctologist.
breathing. If you're meeting someone for the first time, you got to come in soft and easy. You can't
With
go
the
straight to
intestinal
the-
breathing.
Yeah,
I'm going to tell
intestinal
you,
breathing.
people meeting me for the first time who don't know who I am, asking me about my job is the worst, most uncomfortable moment.
That's
for
what
me
I'm saying.
of a
That's what I said
conversation.
too. That's why small talk is so dumb. I would like.
But
to
some
see
people
those
are just like,
difference
I'm a
more.
firefighter. And you're like, oh, cool. That's such an
Oh,
easy
yeah.
answer. And they're like, what do you do? And I was like, well, I mean, right now I'm kind of like a social media marketer influencer. And they're like, oh,
I already don't like you.
how
And
many?
they
Well,
feel
you just
bad for
described
you, right?
yourself.
Tyson?
And they're like, how many followers do you have? I'm like, I don't know, tens of thousands. Oh, that's pretty good. And that's all you do? Well, I mean, I was on TV before. What was it? A Survivor. Oh, cool. You were on Survivor. Did you win? Yeah, I won one of the 4 times I was on.
Ooh.
You were on
Whoa,
4
humble
times?
brag. Nice.
Mhm.
Luring them in, Tyson.
Yeah.
Next thing you know, you guys
No,
are
I
talking
really
about
don't
your
like
car.
telling people that.
It's not fun, Danny. And,
No, I
and,
understand. Why do you think I wouldn't go to the
Yeah.
kid's birthday
And-
party?
You know, I tell people like about like what I like. I don't want to, and then I do, and then I see like the look of shame in their faces. They feel very bad for me, and they really feel very bad for my wife. Of like, oh, yeah.
I just don't think you can come in and have a deep
And
conversation.
you're still doing that? Yeah.
You're still doing that, and you made enough money to then just be where you're at.
But your
That's,
wife works though, right? Yes.
Wow. What a
Yeah.
subtle slap to your face, Rob.
Mhm.
yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I just don't think
I
Tyson
used
that
to
you-
watch that show. I used to
Mhm.
watch that show. Okay, well, they paid me the same even when you stopped watching.
Mhm.
It's not, So, yeah. I mean, it's just, I don't know. I don't.
Tyson, we need a burner job that we can tell people.
I mean, I can make anything up. I could
McDonald's
just-
management.
Yeah.
I mean, you could. Yeah, I was thinking of something more.
What do you
along the
do?
lines-
I work at McDonald's.
No, you're just
they're
like,
not going to carry on a conversation with you after that. Like, I manage the
It
McDonald's
needs
down
to be
on.
very boring.
Yeah.
that's true. It does.
Do you
need to
ever
be
put your
boring.
feet in the buns?
It has to be boring, but it has to be better than what they've got going on, so that they are the ones that feel shame. So just be like, yeah, I manage McDonald's. They're like, oh, and you're like, by that I mean I own 17 franchises.
Oh.
And then they're just like, oh, and then you're like, okay, see ya.
When you talk to someone, when you first meet them and you're doing all of this early discussion stuff, all you're trying to find is like a pathway to something more interesting. For if you're actually trying to have a conversation with someone.
Faith says accountant, conversation over.
Yeah.
I've always just been interested in math.
No, I think it ends. If you say you're an accountant, that's about as dead end as you can get.
Mhm.
Like, oh, my sister's an accountant. She's
Yeah.
super boring.
Yeah, good money, but you're not the life of the party.
Yeah.
Find a guy that's been on TV.
that these parents that the dad follows the NFL in some capacity. If I can get there, I
Yeah.
can make it.
Common ground. Talk about the
Mhm.
Jets. Fellow Jets fan.
I can talk
Lots to
about any
talk
team.
about.
I can talk about their team. That's fine.
Nice.
Yeah. All right. Danny, anything else in the bolt hole?
No, just that brain implant that will make you friendly. Exciting.
That is exciting. I won't be getting that done ever.
No, brain implants are just way too invasive.
Yeah.
I like the idea. I just don't like the idea of you cutting open my skull.
Yeah.
It fused together after birth for a reason.
Anal breathing, fine. But it gets too invasive when you're then putting an implant into my brain.
If you're cutting my skull with a saw and I can be awake while it happens, I'm not into that.
Well, isn't it just a punch where there's like, there you go.
You think it's like
Through
a
your
whole
skull and
punch? Like,
everything.
right into your frontal lobe?
Yep. Or up your nose into that way, or in your ear.
No, that's
or
not any better.
Through the ocular cavity.
I don't think you can go through the ocular cavity into the brain.
You hear that, scientist? Danny's challenging you.
I mean, you can get to the brain anyway. You get to the brain through the bottom of your foot if you have a long and sharp enough probe. So
you think that's how they do it?
I'm just saying the ear canal has one possibility. I just can't. I don't know. Does it go up into this? I don't know how all this works. That's why I don't want them putting a chip in there. It's got a protective layer for a reason.
I mean,
fair enough.
Maybe, but maybe those reasons are past, and now that the future is here, we can all go around with super soft reptilian egg-like textured skulls rather than reptilian eggs are soft and squishy, and it's weird.
I liked the description. Didn't really couldn't visualize it, but it sounded great.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Danny, what's coming up for you this week?
Oh, guys,
this extended week off now. There'll be
Tyson will be joining us here in Utah at the end of the week, so maybe I'll see him working on a video.
People are already asking if you're coming to play pickleball, and I said he knows about the event. I can't promise he will be there. I'm a grown man.
If I had my chip in my brain, I'd turn it up to 5 and make the decision then.
Yeah, exactly. So Danny lives by no rules or measures of time, and that's the wonderful and terrible thing about him.
Yeah, it is a weird way to live, but it's also great at times.
It's the only way Danny knows.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know how people do it when it's all fit together like a puzzle piece.
Clarify the schedule. Asking for a friend. Clarifying what schedule?
Well, Tyson, I might show up. If I get a ride in a helicopter, I'll come. That's kind of what I'm basing this on.
And I told Matt that there is helicopter parking there, even though I have no idea if there's
you can land a helicopter anywhere as long as you have permission to be there or it's public land. So that's all you need is permission.
Okay.
Private property.
Well, if you guys are going to come up, I can get permission.
Okay. I don't know if I've never played pickleball. I don't know if Matt's ever played pickleball, but to be with the #1 pickleball influencer is an honor in itself. So
yeah,
I'll make a 5% effort to get up there.
Okay, you heard that. There's a 1 in 20 shot of Danny being there. I'll take the over under. And
wait, Rob, I do want to say something to Rob.
Yes, Danny.
And Tyson, you watch it too. So I've been watching The Circle.
Yes,
right, on your guys' recommendation. And there's one aspect of The Circle that really bothers me. And there's probably
when they have to dance in the apartments.
And this is the whole reason the show probably came about, for this very feeling that I get when I watch it. And that is when a real person opens up to a fake person and creates a bond that doesn't exist in the real world.
Yeah.
That irritates me. So I'm like, you could have made a friend right now. Like these are people who could make friends, but instead you chose to be a fake person. And this poor soul is opening up to you, or, doing something for you, thinking you're somebody else.
You hate catfishing.
Yes.
And that's why I think
seems so cheap and
terrible. That's why I think they hunt for the catfishes.
Yeah, it makes sense. That's why the show exists right there.
Is because you feel betrayed by a catfish, even if they're being sincere, only their picture and their name is different than who they actually are. There's something about being duped in that capacity.
Yes, it's awful.
Yeah, it does feel awful. It's like the one girl was just like, I thought you were real. I thought you were real. And I thought you were real. And all 3 of you are fake. I don't know what to believe anymore. I need the brain chip now, or else I can no longer go out in public.
It's awful. So, yeah, just know that.
All right, Danny. Now you have to watch Too Hot to Handle.
What's that? Is that about catfishing?
No.
Oh,
It's another Netflix show. The one of the Chloe from
I did watch Too Hot to Handle.
Danny
Okay.
already watched it. He was addicted to that show.
I wasn't addicted. Liz, oh yeah, I typed in just to make sure that I'm correct about that. Yes, I did already watch this show.
Okay. Too Hot to Handle season 2.
Do I need to watch that?
I don't know. You might not. You might like it. I don't know. I feel like you don't really like the. You watch The Bachelor, but I feel like that you don't really like the trashy shows.
This is bottom
more
of the barrel
highbrow.
stuff.
Yeah,
We've been watching the mayor.
I love the trash.
The Mayor of East something on HBO with
Mayor.
Kate Winslet. Mayor, Mare. That's her name in the show. She's a detective. It's a detective thriller, murder thriller. That's shaping up to be pretty good.
Mayor of
All right.
Easttown.
Mayor of Easttown.
Okay,
So
check that out.
yeah, Rachel loves those style of shows.
What shows are you doing currently, Rob?
I'm hoping to get through Succession. Nicole and I started it the other day. I feel like that's going to be our
Succession
new,
is fun.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to that one.
Yeah, that's a fun show. I
Watch
like
the first
Succession.
20 minutes. Seems good.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun.
Mm-hmm. So we got a lot of ground to cover still.
Mayor of
Tyson,
Easttown is good. Yeah. What?
what's coming up for you?
I have a pickleball meetup in Ogden, Utah on Friday evening, and they're giving us the whole facility. I'll be bringing a bunch of paddles to share with others. If you don't have your own paddle, if you want to come get a picture, it's all free. You just have to register on thepickler.com, go under events, and then find me on the Pickle Play app, which is where I usually respond to any pickleball style inquiries from fans, is on the Pickle Play app. It's free to download, and then friend me on there. The Fila, I announced my Fila partnership, which was incredible, and more stuff to come. And yeah, that's it. And then I think I'll be in San Diego next month at some point in June.
Okay. All right. Lots of fun here today on a Sunday. So looking forward to getting back with everybody again 1 week from Tuesday. So be on the lookout for that. Got a lot of fun stuff coming up this week. Tyson, I had a chance to talk to somebody who you've had some interactions with on Twitter, Sean Clements from the Hollywood Handbook podcast. I talked with some Survivor about him.
Oh, nice.
Or with him. Yeah. And he talked about that Tyson, such a funny guy, one of his favorites.
Nice. That sounds about accurate.
Yeah. So be on the lookout for that. We have some special coverage coming up. And then, of course, I also got to watch Super Mario Brothers, the movie from 1993 over the weekend on Robin Akiva, the podcast. It is
really good.
The worst movie I think I've ever seen.
I didn't even know that was a movie. And how did I not watch it? 1993?
That is how bad this movie is. It should have been the biggest movie ever. 1993. There is no hotter intellectual property than Nintendo and Super Mario Brothers. They made a feature film, and it is nobody talks about it. It is
starring Dennis Hopper.
Yeah, Bob Hoskins, John Leguizamo, and it is a total disaster.
Very good. Well, I mean, Nintendo still fairly hot commodity, and the Mario franchise.
$48 million budget. $48 million budget, which is a lot back then. Opening weekend made $8.5 million. So
they've probably almost made their money back by now.
I don't
internationally, etc.
Maybe.
So
we'll see. All right. Well, thank you so much for watching us here on the special Sunday edition of News AF. Have a great week, everybody. Take care. Have a good one. Bye.
We did it, guys.